Right, the second part to this video, because it is quite an involved one. Now we can change a lot of these items on the right for our cloth. So if you look at cloth there, we have to go back to, it says settings inside physics lab, so we have to go back to physics, and there we go, cloth. And if we go there to the 3 bars, press on that, there's presets as well, so we can have cotton, denim, leather, rubber, silk, and they perform differently when you run the animation. So if we go back to the beginning and we'll change our cloth, you'll probably see these quality steps and quality steps change. Let's go for rubber, changes to 7, leather, so leather changes to 15, so obviously it's going to perform different. And it also changed, I think, the weight of it. But don't forget, the more quality steps you do, the slower or the more powerful your computer needs to be to run it. It does take a little time. This is going very slow, and we'll see. Very slow. Perhaps I went too far on this one. But you can see that behaved, and we'll pause it now, that behaved differently. It didn't tuck in so well on there. But that's a different, there's lots of different things you can change in there. So we'll change that cloth, I think, back, or we'll change these quality steps back to 5, because that's what we started off at. Yeah, there we go, 5 I think. 5 was cotton. So we'll go back, we'll play it, we'll get to where we want. But lots of different things you can change in there. Let's get to where we want to be. Right. If you look, that looks quite neat. So now we want to press N to bring up our size screen. Now the scale has changed. Now this is quite important because it doesn't, you can't thicken the canvas unless you do this step. So if you press, you click the canvas, press Alt S, that changes this scale back to 1, and that's what we need. Press N, gets rid of that side screen. So now we're happy with the canvas. We need to go to our spanner and we need to add another modifier. This one is subdivision surface. So it's generate subdivision surface, and if you click on that, and then that smooths out our canvas now. But the canvas is thin, very thin, unprintable, because you can actually see the objects underneath coming through, which is not good. Let's move that. So we need to add another modifier, which is solidify, or solidify. Anyway, we need that generate. So then we take these, it's getting a lot of sub menus there, and we'll come to our solidify menu. Solidify I call it. Right, click on our canvas, and it's got here offset, it's -1, which means it's going to go into our wagon load. So what we want to do is change that, and just press highlight, press 1, and then it will offset it to come to the outside, not the inside. I'll change the thickness to say to 0.5 and enter. Now you saw, I don't know if you saw the change, but now if you look underneath, there's a bit of thickness to our canvas now, so it's all good. So now you can save this, or what I like to do is export the STL. So file, export, STL. I've got a canopy test there. Export the STL. I'll come into Prusa Slicer. I'll find the STL, which is a canopy test. Right, it's brought the both in. Now we don't want both, so we'll delete that, and we'll go back to Blender. Click the canvas, file, export, STL, and on the top, on the right hand side, put highlight or click selection only, STL. Now otherwise you bring the whole scene in. So if we add canopy, and there we go, we've got our canopy. So if we stand it up, alright, let's change the printer from Ender to, there we go, bring that back to the middle, because this, I haven't tried FDM printing, but I shouldn't think it will come out that great, so I would resin print it. So now if we click on and we slice it, and then we go down, you can see that's quite a nice even thickness all the way through, and it takes us all the way down. So that will print lovely as it is. But if we go back and put the canvas, do a Control Z. If we bring it back in here, and you find that you've got these overhanging bits here are too much. In your Prusa Slicer, highlight your object, cut, and then you can bring this down and cut them bits off at the end if you don't fancy them. And then it says keep upper part, keep lower part. So we highlight keep upper part, perform cut, and then we've got a better canvas. Do the same process and you can print that. Thanks for watching.